on. All right, everybody, a big welcome to you all. Another trading competition is about to begin. So welcome to everybody for the number one best trader FAQ. Big opportunity to prove your trading skills. I'm just going to very briefly go through what we're going to cover today. I'm your host. My name is Michael DiGioia. I'm the Director of Education here at Dash Trader. And we're going to cover a couple of different things. I'm going to go through a complete review of the Dash Trader platform that you'll be using in the number one best trader competition that is coming up and just starting in a couple of days. We're going to talk about some of the styles of trading that many traders who have used the Dash Trader platform to trade, how they've approached the competition. I'm going to try to give you some pointers as how you can best use the Dash Trader to to really have a good chance at winning. One of the things I could just suggest right off the bat is just staying green and chipping away and making small digestible profits and staying green throughout the entire competition. Believe it or not, I mean, you can pretty much get yourself a top 10 position just by staying green and or being nominally profitable each day. So swinging for the fences is generally not a good idea. I'm also going to cover the competition rules. So first, we're going to cover the review of the Dash Trader platform. Second, I'm going to be going through the different styles of trading. And certainly, if you would like to find out more about those styles of trading, you can certainly watch some of the videos that we have on the Dash Trader YouTube site, where we talk about different styles of trading. We just did a whole series on the styles of trading on our YouTube site. We're going to go through the competition rules so that there's no confusion. So everybody knows what the rules are, and there is no confusion for what the rules are, and ways that you can. There's no ways that you can game the rules. Okay, obviously we take our rules very seriously, and we want to make sure that you're completely aware of how the game is operated, how it's run. And then, of course, I'm just going to open the floor up to everybody to ask any questions that you might have and give you the full opportunity to ask questions and to see if there's any misconceptions that you might have and or problems that you've had in the past and or just things that you'd like to learn before the competition begins. So on that note, I'm going to jump right in and start off by just switching my screen to the Dash Trader platform and going through and very, very quickly going through and showing you DAS. All right, so on that note, I'm going to jump right in and just there's a bunch of people still joining us, so I'm just letting them in as I go. So here we are. This is our Dash Trader platform. As you can see, I have a whole bunch of different windows on here. This is my my level 2 screen. We had a pretty drastic sell-off today. If you notice, I'm just going to change this to our daily chart. And this is the QQQ, which mirrors the NASDAQ. Okay, so this mirrors the NASDAQ 100. You can see that we had a huge gap down today. We had a pretty big sell-off on Friday. This is the S&P. So let me just bring up the NASDAQ. Okay, so here is the NASDAQ. We had a pretty big sell-off. So you can see that we had moving average crossover right here. We had a kind of a rounded top here in the last couple of weeks. We had a secondary rounded top where we had only 2 nominally up days last week. They were actually, pretty close to being flat with a little bit of bounce back and recovery. But then we had the crossover, the moving averages. I'm going to do some quick technical analysis just so that you understand kind of the reason for our sell-off using our Dash Trader platform and all of our technical tools. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, this is called a ray line. So different from a trend line. A trend line has a definitive starting point and a definitive closing point. So it just basically goes between point A and point B. Whereas a ray line goes from point A and then gets extended out past point B. So I'm just going to show you what those are. And knowing how to use your trading tool. So this is that's a trend line, okay, which just has a definitive starting point and a definitive ending point. And I'm just going to remove it. And then I'm going to show you a ray line, which if I take this and I project it up, I mean, you can very clearly see the break from this point, which is the anchor, to this lowest low. That's our trend line right there. We had a high, and then we had a failure to make a new high, failure to break out above this is the 10 and the 20 period moving average. And we had a gap down, which today only begot more selling. So you had some selling that was going on last week, was pretty significant selling on Friday, as you can see from the volume chart down here. And then we had a big increase in selling as we gap down today. Okay, so our Dash Trader platform, this is our daily chart. We can very easily switch to our 1 minute chart, our 2 minute chart, our 5 minute chart, 15-minute chart, 30-minute chart, 60-minute chart. And I mean, I think that when you take a look here at like this 15-minute chart, you can see what today looked like. It was a huge gap down. You could see it was being pressed down, moving averages. And then we had a huge amount of buying coming in here at the end of the day. Really, it came in the last 45 minutes of the day. Tremendous amount of buying that came in at the end of the day. Now we're going to see tomorrow whether or not it continues, or if we're going to, gap down again, or if the bounce is going to be bought. I'm just going to bring up my my QQQ chart here, and I'm going to take a look at it on the daily. And this is a day trading competition. I'm going to go through the competition rules a little bit later, but I do have a whole bunch of different indicators here on my chart. This is the MACD, right, which showed a crossed over signal line and a very negative histogram. We have, deeply oversold on the CCI as well, which is another indicator. And then here's the RSI. So you can put all of your technical indicators on your charts with Dash Trader. Here, we have our news screen. So like if you're watching individual stock news, here we have our market view screen, which just has different, the various different market indices, as well as stocks that you might be watching that are on your watch list. So you can very quickly and easily just switch between them. So like if I'm scanning for stocks, if I want to link my charts, I can grab this little anchor, and I'm going to drag my anchor to my different charts. And if I want to quickly go through my list, okay, I can just quickly scan through my list. Once they're linked, I can very quickly go through my list of stocks to find good trading opportunities. We still have a lot of people joining us. So either way, so you can just click through real quick and you can scan your different trading opportunities. And like I like to look usually at a trading opportunity. This is a lot of people's favorite GME. But certainly you can see here that I have my intraday. I can change it to that, and I can have my daily here. I can look at it at different time frames so that I can see the time frames together. Here's AMC. Okay. There's Nokia. So by clicking on my market maker screen, this is my market maker, market montage. This is my order entry screen. Okay. And then I can link that by using this anchor, drag and drop, so that my market maker screen then controls my, my two charts in this case, but I could have as many charts on there as I'd like. And then if I've had my market view screen linked to my market maker screen, I can very quickly go through and scan all the different stocks that I have on my list. Okay. And there's a lot of other features here inside of Dash Trader. So there's tons of other features in here And I'm going to go through them really quickly. So let's go through some of our other tools quickly. I'm not sure if everybody's seeing all this, but we also have, let's just go to quotes. We can have a high-low ticker, right, which I would have to configure. Okay, it could be either a one-sided, you could have all the new highs going here and all the new lows going here, or we can integrate them together. They're totally configured on there. Okay, so you can set up a high-low ticker. You can also do let's see, our trade signals, trade signal window. This is an added feature on DAS. Has the ability to sort for gap up, stocks that are gapping up and gapping down. A lot of the traders that employ the gap trading strategy, certainly those traders would be interested in stocks that are gapping up or stocks that are gapping down. During the course of the trading day, you might be interested in stocks that are runners or droppers. Okay, we call them sometimes risers and fallers. They're just slight differentiations that you might be looking for. And of course, price above VWAP, price below VWAP. So all of these scans are totally configurable. And look, you can just, turn them on, turn them off. You can enable the trade list in your trade signal screen. So you got all the different lists that you might be using to find some additional trading opportunities. Okay, so you got a lot of different features that can help you find good trading opportunities once you start in the trading competition. So again, let's just go through a couple of things that we already talked about and just review. We have our market maker screen. Our market maker screen can be very easily linked to our chart. You can just drag and drop for the linkage. And if you've linked your market viewer to your market maker screen, all you got to do is just click on the stock symbol that you'd like to look at. And then, of course, you just go through and you can actually just kind of use your little down arrow to go through and find more opportunities. Go to Apple, to Google. Here we have US Steel, and you can look at them on multiple time frames. Okay, and if you're changing between stocks and you want to look at from the 5-minute chart and switch to the 15-minute chart, just click on the little hot buttons that are right here on the top of your DAS Trader, and you can and then configure. Now, look, I have all of my charts are all very easily configurable to load whatever indicators I want on. So if I want to bring up and look at a specific indicator, let's just say I want to look at Bollinger Bands, okay? I can very easily just find the chart that has my Bollinger Bands already pre-configured on it. And now I have my Bollinger Bands on my chart immediately. I'm looking at it now on a 5-minute basis. I'm looking at it on my 15-minute basis. I'm looking at it on a 30-minute basis. So I don't need to necessarily have, and right now I'm doing this presentation on a laptop with an extra screen, but I can very easily just load whatever indicator that I want up. So usually I have this one on there, okay, which is my moving averages with price and volume, and my what do you call it, volume by price, okay, and I have it on here for my chart. So this is on X. Now also notice that on this particular setup that I have inside of my configures, this is on the moving average crossover. So it gives you a little arrow when there's a moving average crossover, and I'll show you where that sometimes works out pretty well. So here you had a moving average cross to the downside, and then here you had kind of the moving average cross. So this would be a good indication that we're rallying to the upside. Now, obviously, we certainly started the sell-off into Friday, and then it gapped down and continued into this for most of the day today, right until the end of the day. But just showing you how to use some of these indicators, and the charts on DAS Trader are very, very powerful. So there's a lot of functionality in there. If you want to find out more, you can certainly find out more by watching and looking at some of the, I've made numerous videos on using DAS Trader to trade, using advanced indicators. I have about 8 different sessions on advanced indicators and 8 different sessions on different styles of trading, which is what I'm going to jump to next. And let me just jump and switch to my the screen. Just bring up my chat window here. I'm just going to go back to the screen. All right, so let's just go through some of the, now that we got everybody here, we still have a couple of people coming in here. So I will be sounding, if you've been here since the very beginning, I will be doing a couple of reviews because we have people still joining us. But let me jump right ahead and go over what we're going to be covering today. So we already started talking a little bit about a review of the Dash Trader platform. I'm going to be talking about some of the styles of intraday trading. And as I just mentioned, we have a number of videos. I just completed an 8-session set of classes, set of lessons on the different styles of trading. And we're going to go through the competition rules. Okay. And I'll certainly, as I'm going through this next section, talk a little bit about the styles of intraday trading that you can use to kind of really put yourself in great position to win this competition. And the first one is really pretty obvious. Okay. It's just making small, digestible gains each day, if possible, and staying green. In some competitions, just staying green and not having any significant large losing days, betting the farm, so to speak, just by treating this like real money, will give you a very, very good chance to winning this competition. Making a little bit each day adds up. Lots of crumbs make a meal. So let me jump into the competition rules, and then I'm going to go back and talk a little bit about Dash Trader. And then I'm going to, go through the styles of trading one more time, and then open up the floor for some Q&A and then see if I can answer some of your questions. So let's jump into the competition rules. Okay. So this is an intraday trading competition. So there's no overnight positions. Okay. No overnight positions will be allowed during this competition. This is an intermediate level competition. Therefore, your trading style is deemed, if your trading style is deemed to be gaming, or if it's deemed to be considered professional, like meaning you're playing some kind of a game where you're like looking at stocks that are not frequently traded, low price stocks, etc., some low price stocks, you could potentially be disqualified. So we really want you to trade big name stocks. And as we saw today and we saw on Friday, there's a lot of action in the big name stocks. There's plenty of things moving out there. We really want you to focus on some of the bigger names, stocks that have really, really large trading volumes and lots of activity. Okay, so this is an intermediate competition. Therefore, if your style is deemed to be gaming or professional, you could potentially be disqualified if you're doing something that seems to be a violation of some of the competition rules. Okay, so I just need to stress that. Individuals may not hold short and long positions in the same stock, so no shorting against the box. Okay, traders may not trade low float securities, as I mentioned already. If the stock doesn't have a large trading volume, this is not something that you probably should be trading, as the results are not really replicatable in the real market. Traders may not trade unshortable stocks. So the stock has to be borrowable. So we really want you to focus on stocks that you could actually trade in the real markets and stocks you can actually short in the real market. Okay, traders may engage, let's see, no traders can engage in any kind of manipulating practices such as layering, spoofing, front running. So none of these kind of, obviously you're not trading real markets, but I don't know why you would want to trade real stocks and try to affect the markets so that you can win a competition. The prizes are great, but they're not that great. But certainly traders don't want to do anything that would be illegal in the regular market, such as layering, spoofing, front running, bear riding, cornering, wash trading, painting the tape, etc. Certainly you wouldn't want to lose real money trying to win fake money. And there's not even really any money here. There's just some free Dash Trader and your name up in lights in Times Square at the NASDAQ Market Center. So certainly I want to stress the competition rules. Again, no overnights, very, very important. This is a day trading, intraday trading competition. It's a competition. We don't want to see any gaming. And we want to make sure that you can only trade stocks that you could actually trade in the real market. That includes no low flow securities. That is also stocks that are not shortable, no shorting against the box, no short and long in the same account at the same time. This is a, kind of a directional trading competition. You want to choose a direction and go with it. And of course, no trading practices that would be illegal in the real market, such as manipulative trading, layering, spoofing, front running, bull bear riding, wash trading, etc. Let's just go to the next one. All right, so let's just continue on. This is this is an equities and ETF competition. We saw today that the QQQ, the SPY, the DIA certainly move a lot. There's no options, futures, E-minis. None of this will be permitted. Each trade is limited to 2,500 shares per order. Traders may not hold more than $50,000 of each security. Okay, all accounts must be flat before 4 p.m. Eastern time on the final day of the competition, which is 10/29. And, we've actually had situations where people have, gone into the close of the competition that could potentially have won, that were not flat going into the close of competition. So please be aware that the last day of the competition that you want to be flat. Please do not hold overnight positions. Okay. You don't want to hold overnight positions. This is about day trading, intraday trading. This is about trading in a way that allows you to replicate the results. I want you to look at it like this. If this were real money, okay, if this were real money, use this trading account as if it was real money to learn from this experience. There is a prize, and you have an opportunity to, win the acclaim of your other traders by winning the trading competition. And we have a lot of great and famous winners that have won our competition many, many times in the past. And certainly I had a great time giving a couple of you out there some great tours, and certainly look forward to seeing all of you in this competition doing really well. So let me just jump back real quick. I'm just gonna go back to my before we do Q&A. I want to go back to my Dash Trader, and I'm going to do a quick redo. All right, so I'm just going to go back here to Dash Trader real quick, and I'm going to go over the Dash Trader software. So we have a really powerful, trading system here, very powerful trading software. Here is our market maker screen. Here is our time and sales. Here is our market view screen. Here is our, here is our charts. And like I already spoke about earlier, we have a number of different charts. Here's our 5-minute chart. I can change my time frame of my chart by just clicking on the different numbers. Now notice my charts are really pretty. That's because I spent a lot of time setting up all of my different indicators. So if I want to look at Bollinger Bands, I don't need to spend a lot of time setting up my Bollinger Bands. I can just load up my chart. Let's just do load settings. I think I chose the wrong one. I think I saved it by accident last time. Let's see what I did. I think I oversaved. So I might be making new Bollinger Bands on my charts, but needless to say, you can load your settings. Okay. And then you can switch between different chart types by just having your indicators pre-configured on your chart so that you load up and your chart already has whatever indicator that you want to look at already configured. Okay. So we have our charts here. We can certainly link all of our screens together. So I'm just going to very quickly go to the SPY. Here's the SPY. I can grab this little anchor, drag it and drop it. And here it is. It's now on all of my level 2 screen, my market maker screen, my 5-minute chart, my 15-minute chart. And of course, I can go now through my market viewer screen. I can go look at Google. right? I can look at X. Here's FCX, and everything is linked very, very easily for me. I have all my indicators configured. I can see that the market's turning here at the end of the day, and that we crossed over the moving averages because I have my 2 moving average pair configured that indicates an arrow when the crossover occurs. I have my daily chart with all the indicators that I want on there. I have my whole trading platform configured the way I want it for the different trading styles I'm going to use. Now, let me talk a little bit about the trading styles. So the main trading styles that we have seen to do exceedingly well in the competition are gap trading, okay, momentum day trading, okay. We have seen scalping, especially scalping of low price securities, but not securities that are low float. So we scalping going for 5, 10, 15, 20 cents, no problem. But if you're going to be going for the low float stocks that don't have a lot of volatility, don't have a lot of liquidity, maybe a lot of volatility, but no liquidity, probably should stay away from those, again, because they are certainly not replicatable. And they're also very hard to short. So low float stocks sometimes are hard to short because they're not on the short list, in which case they're not going to allow you to trade those stocks if they're not shortable. So you really want to stick to the big name stocks. There's certainly a lot of movement. Let's take a look at NVIDIA, NVDA. I mean, look at NVIDIA today at the end of the day. I mean, here's a stock that went from 207, 207.50 all the way up to 211. Certainly a lot of movement there. Let's say take a look at Apple. Apple, another big name stock, you're not going to run into your 2,500 share limit, okay, if you're buying a $50,000 position in Apple, okay? So you can pretty much take your full $50,000 position in Apple if you're going to trade that stock. It's not hard to take your maximum share size. It's going to be the $50,000 limit, not the 2,500 share limit. So on something that's low priced, okay, like let's say fuel cell, you might get to the point where, on a $6 stock, you might have, 2,500 shares might be the maximum amount that you can buy on fuel cell, okay, because it's going to be less than the $50,000 per position limit. So just keep in mind these limitations when you're trading. That's not to say that you can't trade a fuel cell, or I know a lot of people trade this stock ANY. So here's a stock that's at around $5.76. So certainly this stock is tradable. Okay, it's got 20 million shares traded today. So this is a stock that it's probably, if you're going to trade this stock, the chart doesn't look that great, but if you're going to trade this stock, like on this big up day, if you have another one of these, certainly this is a stock that 2,500 shares is probably the most you're going to be able to take of it. Okay, so just keep in mind that what the rules are. If you're scalping low price stocks, you want low price stocks that have decent amount of volume. If you're trading high price stocks, you may not be able to take as many shares, and you're going to be capped at that $50,000 per per position limit. So what are some of the styles that we've seen people do really well? We've seen some excellent scalpers. Okay, we've seen some excellent momentum traders. We've seen some excellent gap trades. I think there was one today. There was a ZVI. I'm not sure if I forget which one it was today, but I saw one that had, there was a lot of stocks that were gapping down big today. Let's see, OXY. Everything was gapping down big today, but certainly, you can gap trade, you can momentum day trade, you can scalp, you can technical day trade. Technical day trading is just waiting for a particular stock to have a buy set up, a bull flag, bear flag, sell set up, bull pennant, bear pennant, ascending triangle, descending triangle, you name it, and then waiting for that stock to come into range and pulling the trigger at the moment that it's passing above the prior bar's high, for instance, and then taking that trade and managing it out. So some good styles for you to follow: scalping, really short term, 5 cents, 10 cents, 15 cents, 20 cents, taking small profits, get green for the day, shut down your software, lock in a profit for the day, and just try to make little green days, as many green days over the 20-day trading competition as you possibly can. 2, gap trading. Stock gaps up big, look for a gap fade. Stock gaps up big past major resistance, look for a gap and go. Stock gaps down big, look for it to gap down and continue down, et cetera, et cetera. So you're looking for gap trades, gap and goes and gap continuations. Next, you got momentum day trading. Stock like this one that I just brought up, ANY, pops up on your scanner and it's running today. That could be a competition winning day, right? You trade the stock from $7 and you buy in and buy out, buy in and sell out at various different points in the day, and you have a huge trading day. And then the goal is just to keep those trading profits during the rest of the competition and not taking too much risk and swinging for the fences too much. There's lots of low price stocks, even like this one, FCX, right? Fairly low price stocks, certainly not doing too much now, but certainly if it has a big day, it could pop into your radar. There's a lot of other ones. There's a lot of action going on in the market. What you can't do is you can't hold overnight. What you can't do is trade low float securities. What you can't do is short a stock that's not shortable. What you can't do is go long and short a position and be right either way. So stick to the main styles. Just to recap: scalping, momentum trading, gap trading, and then of course technical directional day trading. You could even do relative strength trading, which are some bigger name stocks, and just going the direction of the market. As we saw today, there was some very, very big market direction and some market moves. And usually after a big volatility day like today and a big volatility day like Friday, you're just going to have more volatility. There's going to be a lot of volatility this competition because we're in September and October, which are some of the most volatile trading months that you have. So on that note, we've covered the trading styles, we've covered the gap trade, the Dash Trader platform, and we've covered the competition rules. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it up to anybody who has any questions. I'm going to switch back to the main screen, and we're going to open it up for anybody to type their questions into the chat space, and then I will answer any of your questions related to the competition, related to the Dash software, and certainly potentially winning the competition. Certainly, we wish you all the best of luck, and any questions you might have, I'd love to answer them at this time. If you don't know how to find the chat space, it's usually up on your toolbar, and then you can just kind of look at it and type in whatever questions you might have related to the competition, relating to trading styles, and then just let us know, and I'd be glad to answer those questions. So let's just go to this screen here. So I'll review the competition rules in case there was anybody who just joined us. So the competition rules are as follows: no overnight positions, okay? We will not be allowing overnight positions this competition. This is a day trading competition. It's for intermediate level traders. Okay, therefore if your trading style is gaming, it will be disqualified. Okay, if we conceive it to be gaming. Okay, and I mean, let's put it this way: we usually will give you a warning, but certainly we don't want to see any shenanigans. Individuals may not hold short and long positions at the same time in one account. You should not trade low float securities. If the results aren't replicatable in the live market, it will not be allowed. Traders may not trade unshortable stocks. Okay, that means if you can't find it on a short list and it's being not counted or not being allowed, it's because it's not shortable. Traders may not engage in any kind of manipulative trading techniques. If it's not allowable in the real market, then it's not going to be allowed in the competition either. Okay, this is an ETF and equities competition. No options, no futures, no E-minis. Each trade is limited to 2,500 shares per order. Traders may not hold more than $50,000 of each security. All accounts must be flat by 4 p.m. Eastern time on the final day of the competition. And that goes for every day, right? This is not an overnight competition, so you're not allowed to hold overnight, okay? So for detailed rules and the other rules and guidelines, you can go to One Best Trader, the number one besttrader.com at any time before the competition and join us there. Does anybody have any questions? Any questions for me? Okay, we'll give it 2 seconds if there's no questions. I really would, and I've said this a couple of times, and I really think it's important. Just staying green is extremely, extremely important. We have seen that if you stay green and you don't have one big bad day, one big blow up day, you can put yourself into the winner's circle, certainly get into the top 10. Just be consistent, be disciplined, treat this like real money. Do not fool around. Okay, this should be treated like real money. You could get a tremendous amount of learning benefit from it, and you can certainly get your name up in lights in the New York's in Times Square at the NASDAQ market site. And you can certainly get a whole bunch of months free of Dash Trader so that you can make a lot of real money. Okay, so on that note, since we really don't have many people asking any questions, I would love to wish everybody good luck. Good luck to all of our competitors. Okay, good luck to everybody. Be sure to continue to take advantage of our boot camp period. Okay, boot camp period of the competition will go until October 4th. Okay, we also have a lot. Check out Dash Traders YouTube. We have a lot of great free education on options, on styles of trading, on all the styles of trading that I talked about today. We have an individual video, runs about 15 to 30 minutes on each style of trading, from gap trading to momentum trading or day tradings to scalping. We have all these videos all made. You could certainly learn a lot from them. We also have some videos coming out on technical strategies. So stay tuned, for our upcoming videos as well. If you have any questions, you can email us at info@onebesttrader.com. Any questions, any comments, any concerns? I'm going to give it a few more minutes. If anybody has any questions for me about the software, then you guys can type in those questions. In the meantime, I'm just going to repeat a little bit about the styles of trading. Okay, so again, the styles of trading, no overnights. We have scalping, buying stock, 5, 10, 15, 20 cent moves. Okay, you can read up on the One Best Trader what the commission rate is. Obviously, you can't go too small and be too frequent, but you can certainly do scalps. And if you're trading $50,000 blocks or 2,500 share blocks, 2,500 shares, you go 1 penny, it's $25. That's a significant amount. So you go 10 cents, it's $250. You make $250. You do that a couple of times, it starts to add up. Okay, so scalping is a good style of trading. Momentum day trading. We certainly had a lot of momentum today. We gapped down, we sold off, came to the end of the day, and we rallied back up. We also have gap trading, looking for stocks that are gapping up, stocks that are gapping down. You name it, look for gap and goes, gap continuations, and or gap fades, gap reversals. So certainly you can gap trade. So you got a lot of different options in terms of the styles of trading that you can do. You can also practice and hone your technical skills by technically day trading. Technically day trading is looking for buy setups, sell setups on your 5-minute or your 2-minute chart, 3-minute chart. Bull flags, bear flags, ascending triangles, descending triangles, reversal patterns, climactic buys and climactic sells. So you have the market is tremendously volatile. We're here in the middle of September, and we're going into October, right into we're starting this competition in the heart of October. So we're in the middle of September now. You can practice up until the beginning of the competition on October 4th, and then trade through one of the most volatile periods of time. We planned it that way. It's by design. We want you to have a lot of opportunities for volatility, so we can see that, you guys are really creating trading results that are replicatable, and that you're really trading. And that's who we're going to find out, how we're going to find out who the best competitor is. And we're going to find out who the number one best trader is. On that note, thank you everybody for joining us. It was really a pleasure being here with you today. Take advantage of your boot camp period. It goes all the way until October 4th. We got plenty of time. Sign up early. So we just got, let's see, hey, my boy Todd, who is one of my former students, all the way out there from Denver, Colorado. Todd, it's great to see you. He got into the winner's circle. Great. Todd, I expect you to be the number one best trader this time. Okay. We got a couple. Oh, there he is. So on that note, everybody, anybody have any questions? Have a lot of exciting opportunities. We have a full couple of weeks for you to practice. I think the best thing I can say for everybody is treat this like real money. This is a paper trading account, but you're competing against other traders. There's been a lot of people just passing in this room today. So certainly competition, in the spirit of competition, treat this like real money. I wish everybody the best of luck. Be sure to continue to take advantage of our boot camp period. And the competition starts on October 4th. It runs for the entire, full 20 days. And if you have any questions, comments, you can email us at info@onebesttrader.com. We look forward to you being the champion. And if not, just do your best. And everybody can be a winner if you just do your best and treat this like real money and gain some educational learning benefit from this really, really excellent opportunity for us all to compete against each other and against the market. So on that note, thank you very much for joining us. See you all soon. And best of luck.